Hello, we'll continue the discussion on spread spectrum modulation techniques. In a couple of previous lectures, we discussed why do we want to increase the bandwidth? I mean, why do we want to spread the spectrum of the signal to be transmitted? And we also discussed what are the applications of this spread spectrum techniques? And we also discussed one of the methods to spread the spectrum, that is direct sequence spread spectrum technique. Today we look at the second method to spread the spectrum, which is known as frequency hop spread spectrum technique. And before we start with the discussion on the frequency hop spread spectrum, just quickly let us take a look at the direct sequence spread spectrum that we discussed in the previous lectures. In case of direct sequence spread spectrum technique, narrow band data signal is multiplied with the broadband pseudo noise sequence. So the bandwidth of data sequence, it is equal to RB, which is 1 over TB, where TB is a bit duration, and bandwidth of the PN sequence is equal to RC, which is 1 over TC, where TC is the chip duration, as we have seen already. And when we multiply these two, the resulting, that is a product signal bandwidth, will also be almost equal to the bandwidth of the PN sequence. So that means we are increasing the bandwidth of the data sequence so as to protect it from jammers. And we also saw what is the meaning of processing gain, which is the gain obtained with the action of spreading and despreading. So the processing gain can be defined as bandwidth of the signal after spreading divided by the bandwidth of the signal before spreading. That is bandwidth of spread signal over bandwidth of unspread signal, which is equal to RC over RB, or it is TB over TC. In the last lecture we saw processing gain was given by TB over TC, which is equal to the spreading factor capital N. And in case of direct sequence spread spectrum, as we saw, output signal is spread over the complete output bandwidth at every instant. That's why we say that in case of DSSS, the bandwidth is spread instantaneously. And one of the applications of direct sequence spread spectrum is in code division multiple access, that is CDMA, which is used for long distance communication. Now we'll see what is frequency hop spread spectrum. As the name itself says, frequency hopping means the frequency of the carrier keeps on changing, thereby increasing the bandwidth of the signal. And once again, like as we did in case of DSSS, here also we'll be discussing it with the modulation technique. In case of direct sequence spread spectrum, we discussed that with binary PSK, coherent binary PSK, and now, and in general, this frequency hop spread spectrum is tied with M-array FSK modulation technique. So we'll discuss frequency hop spread spectrum technique with M-array FSK modulation technique. And in case of frequency hop spread spectrum, information, that is data, is used to modulate a carrier whose frequency is changing, thereby increasing the bandwidth in a sequential manner. Why this is sequential, we'll see that at the end of today's lecture. And this frequency changing pattern, so as the name is frequency hop, that means frequency of the carrier should keep on changing. That means frequency should keep on hopping. And how the frequency changes, what is the pattern? This pattern should be known both at the transmitter and the receiver. And this pattern is decided by the PN sequence. And as I said already, we'll discuss this frequency hop spread spectrum with the help of MRI FSK. What is MRI FSK? We have studied binary FSK. What is binary FSK? Binary means only two symbols, symbol 0 and symbol 1. If symbol 0 is if symbol 0 is represented using a carrier without phase shift, symbol 1 will be represented using a carrier with a 180-degree phase shift. That means only two possible phases for the sinusoidal carrier, either 0 degree or 180 degree or pi radians. That means only two symbols. Here, in general, if it is MRI FSK, that means four possible symbols, sorry, M possible symbols. So if M is equal to 4, that means it is a 4 array FSK. That means each symbol, there are four symbols. If M is 4, each symbol will be represented with carriers of different phases. That means four different frequencies here, because it is frequency shift keying. So if you assume four frequencies, F1, F2, F3, F4, carrier frequency for symbol 1 will be F1, carrier frequency for symbol 2 will be F2, etc. And application, one of the applications of frequency hop spread spectrum is in Bluetooth, which is used when the transmitter and receiver are in close proximity. This slide shows the transmitter part where we use the frequency hop spread spectrum along with MRI FSK. So at the input, we have the binary data sequence. This data is used to frequency modulator carrier, and the modulation technique is at MRI FSK modulator here. So at this point, we have MRI frequency shift key signal, that is a modulated signal, and this modulated signal is further passed through a mixer. We know what is the use of a mixer. Mixer is basically used for shifting the center frequency of the signal. So for example here, if we have some binary data and if the carrier frequency used to modulate a particular symbol, if it is F1, then the center frequency will be shifted to F1. If here this is the baseband signal whose center frequency is 0, and after modulating this carrier, this baseband signal will be centered at a frequency F1, because here the carrier used is a sinusoidal carrier of frequency F1 Hertz. So at this point, this is a frequency modulated signal which will be centered at F1 Hertz. So here, this is at F1 Hertz. We use a mixer to further shift the frequency from F1 Hertz to some other frequency. Correct? So for this, we need to use another carrier here which comes as the output of a PN code generator. So if the length of the PN segment is K, then total number of frequency combinations will be 2 to the power of K. So out of this frequency synthesizer, 2 to the power of K different frequencies can be generated. So whatever the signal which was here, which is centered at F1 Hertz, will be now shifted to any one of the 2 power K frequencies generated out of this frequency synthesizer. So this is the job of the mixer. So finally, the output of this is a frequency hopped MFSK signal. What is MFSK here? The output here is MFSK. And why frequency hopped? By using the one of the frequencies which was the output of the frequency synthesizer, the center frequency of this was moved to this frequency. That means frequency is hopping. And as the time goes, these frequencies keep on changing. So there will be a hopping in the frequency. That's why the name frequency hopped spread spectrum. Next, we'll look at the bandwidth of the frequency hopped spread spectrum, because we have been saying that we are spreading the signal. We are spreading the spectrum of the signal. That is, we are increasing the bandwidth of the signal. So let us convince ourselves that with this technique, we are able to increase the bandwidth of the signal. So before spreading, that is without hopping the frequency, what was the bandwidth? It is bandwidth of frequency hopped MFSK is same as a conventional FSK. That means in this part will not be there. We'll have only the output at this point. Basically, this performs the job of frequency hopping, correct? So without spreading, we are just here. That means it is a bandwidth of M array FSK. That means if the carrier uses F1 hertz, then this will be at this point, the signal will be centered, spectrum will be centered at F1 hertz. So it is same as MFSK. Now after spreading for 2 to the power of k hops, so let us say this frequency synthesizer can generate 8 different frequencies. Then sometime maybe at time t is equal to first 5 seconds, first five seconds, let's say this frequency was set to F1 hertz. I mean F1 dash hertz. Then this F1 hertz will be shifted to F1 dash hertz. Next, for the next time slot, let's say this frequency synthesizer has generated a frequency of F2 dash. Then this F1 now jumps to F2 dash. So like that, this can jump to 8 different center frequencies, correct? So after spreading for 2 power k hops, the bandwidth will be now 2 power k multiplied by bandwidth of the conventional MFSK. So processing gain, which is the spreading factor, is bandwidth after spreading, which is given by this expression, divided by bandwidth before spreading, which is given by this. So naturally, processing gain is now 2 to the power of k. Now let us look at the frequency hopped spread MRI FSK receiver. So receiver, like similar to direct sequence spread spectrum, here also we are just reversing the steps. So at the transmitter, first part was modulation, it was followed by frequency hopping. Similarly now, frequency de-hop first, then detector. But note, here we are not using coherent detector. Instead, we are making use of non-coherent detector. Non-coherent detector is used because with a change in carrier frequency, that means here frequency keeps on hopping. With a change in carrier frequency, it is difficult to maintain a phase coherence. And we know how important it is to maintain the synchronization in phase and frequency in case of coherent detectors. So instead of that, we'll go for non-coherent MRI FSK detector here. And this is just the de-hopping mechanism, which is just the opposite of the reverse of this hopping process. In this case, for the mixer, the inputs were, one input was MRI FSK modulated signal and other one was from the frequency synthesizer. Here once again, one input from frequency synthesizer, other input is the received signal. So this performs the job of de-hopping. So what happens in de-hopping? Suppose here this is centered at F1 hertz and this generates a frequency of F1 dash hertz. This mixer will shift the frequency of the output to either F1 plus F1 dash or F1 minus F1 dash. So assuming that this mixer, this band pass filter allows the some frequency to pass, the output will be centered at F1 plus F1 dash hertz. This is the hopping. In de-hopping, the band which was centered at F1 plus F1 dash will be brought back to F1. So that's what happens here. So once we are here, we have a band centered at F1 hertz here. So that means it is like we are at this point. Now we have to go back. So use a non-coherent MRI FSK detector and get an estimate of the binary data. So this is the frequency hopped spectrum with MRI FSK at the receiver part. In frequency hopping technique, I mean there are two cases. One is slow frequency hopping and other one is fast frequency hopping. So what is slow frequency? What is fast frequency hopping? Here is an example of slow frequency hopping. The name slow frequency hopping means the hopping rate is very slow. Number of hops per second is small compared to the number of symbols per second. That means hop rate is smaller than the symbol rate. So this diagram shows it very clearly. This is an example here. In this example, we are assuming that m is equal to 4. What do you mean by m is equal to 4? M comes with the possible symbols. That means now it is 4 array FSK. That means different carrier frequencies, F1, F2, F3, F4. And here you can see this axis is time, this axis is frequency. And on this frequency axis, just observe here, from here to here, this is from here to here, we can accommodate the 4 carrier frequencies F1, F2, F3, F4. So this region is divided into 4 equal parts, each one corresponding to one particular carrier frequency. Correct? So it is like F1, F2, F3, F4. So this together it is okay. So here on x-axis we have time. So m is 4 and one symbol is equal to 2 bits. Because m is 4, one symbol corresponds to 2 bits because there have to be 4 symbols. 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So here TS should be equal to 2 times TB. TS is symbol duration, TB is bit duration. So look, just observe here. This from here to here, this corresponds to one symbol, which in turn has 2 bits. This part is first bit and this part is second bit. You can see here, from here to here, it is very clearly shown 1 over RB. What is 1 over RB? 1 over RB is TB, which is 1 bit duration. So from here to here is 1 bit. This is the second bit. Fine. So, and overall, TS is equal to 2 times TB. So this is one symbol duration. In turn, it has 2 bits. That is 1 over RS is from here to here is 1 over RS, which is TS. And this is 1 over RB, that is TB. And one more third parameter is hop rate. First one was bit rate, RB. Next was symbol rate, RS. Third one is hop rate, RH. So RH is here in this example, 2 symbols in one hop. First symbol, second symbol. So 2 symbols in one hop. This is one hop duration, that is TH. TH is equal to 2 times TS. Because hop duration is twice the symbol duration, hop rate is half the symbol rate. That means it's an example of slow frequency hopping where number of hops per second, that means hop rate is smaller than the symbol rate. Fine. So this is 1 over RS and this is equal to RS, that is the symbol rate. Correct? Where will be the bit rate? Bit rate is only in one frequency, only one carrier from here to here. This complete thing is RS, symbol rate. And what is WC here? This is the range over which the frequency hopping takes place. Now let us look at the time axis now. Here we have a PN sequence. You can observe the PN sequence given here. This is the PN sequence of length 15, 1, 2, 3, 3 plus 3, 6, plus 3, 9, 3, 12, 15. And they are, these bits of the PN sequence are grouped such that there are 3 bits in one group. Fine. And this pattern, the 3-bit pattern will decide the frequency of hopping. to which frequency it is supposed to hop. So observe here, 3 bits means 8 different combinations. So let us say, and 000 combination is not allowed in this. All possible combinations will be there. But in this PN sequence, where we have considered a len 15 PN sequence, you can see hardly there are few bit patterns seen here. One is 001, which is seen here as well as here as well as here. So 3 times 001 has appeared, and once you can see this pattern of 011, and third case you can see 110 pattern. So you can see only 3 frequencies are here. This corresponds to one frequency F1, this and this. All 3 correspond to F1 frequency. And this corresponds to frequency, let's say F3. I'm just looking at the pattern and I'm saying the decimal equivalent of that. So these 3 correspond to decimal 1, that means frequency F1. This is decimal 3, that means frequency F3. This is 110 decimal 6, that is frequency 6. So even though there are 8 possible combinations, in this example, this is using only 3 frequencies. F1 for this and this, F3 for this, and F6 for this. And this is about the PN sequence. That means this here we talked about the frequency synthesizer, correct? So it can generate 8 possible frequencies, out of which here we are making use of only 3 frequencies, F1, F3 and F6 in different time intervals. Time from in this time interval it is frequency F1, in this time interval again in this time interval it is frequency F1, here in this time interval it is frequency F3, and here it is frequency F6. And now look at the input binary data. This is the input binary data, which is a sequence of zeros and ones. And here it's in this example we assume that one symbol is equal to 2 bits. So 2 bits together form one symbol. 0, 1 together forms one symbol, 1, 1 second symbol, 1, 1 third symbol, 1, 0 fourth symbol, etc. And 2 symbols in one hop. What is one hop now? How many hops are there in this example? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 hops, and in each hop there will be 2 symbols transmitted. 2 symbols will be transmitted in one hop. So in one hop you can see we have shown 2 symbols. Symbol 1, symbol 2. Second hop again, first symbol, second symbol. Third hop, first symbol, second symbol. So first hop is frequency F1. Here you see this is F1 frequency. Here this is frequency F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, F7, F8. Okay. So first hop is frequency F1, which is from here to here. Why this band is there? Because in that again there are 4 subcarriers which correspond to that M array FSK, 4 array FSK. Fine. So 001 is F1 hop, F1 frequency. So the symbols which are transmitted in this hop will occupy this band. Next, in this it is frequency 6. So these 2 symbols 11 and 10 are transmitted in which hop? F6, frequency F6. So frequency F6 is here. This is frequency F6. And these 2 symbols 0010 are transmitted with the hop frequency of 011, F3. F3 is here, F1, F2, F3 is here. Similarly, these 2. And within this one hop, we are supposed to distinguish our 4 symbols. That's why we have 4 subcarriers, 1, 2, 3, 4. This band is divided equally into 4 subcarriers corresponding to 4 symbols. Here 0111, once again looking at the decimal equivalent, this I'll say it as subcarrier F1, this I'll say it as subcarrier F3. So you can see subcarrier F1, subcarrier F3. assuming that it is F0, F1, F2, F3. Here we are shown that F1 is occupied with this 0, 1, F3 occupied with this 1, 1. Similarly, in this 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, two symbols. So within this 4 divisions, among the 4 divisions, 1, 1 is 3. So this is 3 and 1, 0 is 2. 2. Remaining 2 are empty. Similarly, the rest of the time intervals. So this is about slow frequency hopping. Now, next let us look at fast frequency hopping. As the name itself says here, the hopping rate is very quick. That means within a symbol, there are many hops. In the previous case, two symbols, for example, two symbols were transmitted in one hop. This is the case of slow hopping, slow frequency hopping. In fast frequency hopping, to transmit one symbol, many hops are required. To transmit one symbol, more than one hop is required. And in this example, once again, it's an example of m is equal to 4. But here, in slow frequency hopping example, we were transmitting two symbols in one hop. Here, we are trying to transmit one symbol in two hops. One symbol in two hops. So you can see now, this is once again the PN sequence and input binary data, which is divided into, like, we have grouped it as 2 bits in one group, which is one symbol. It's written MFSK symbol, right? So here in one hop, so this one hop is 3 bits, similar to this. Here 3 bits together form one hop. There were only 5 hops in this. There are many hops here, like 0, 0, 1 is first hop, 1, 1, 0 second hop, 0, 1, 1 third hop, 0, 0, 1 fourth hop, etc. So here in one hop, 0, 0, 1, not even one complete symbol is transmitted. But if you look at it carefully, in first two hops, that means from here to here, first 6 bits, 0, 0, 1 and 1, 1, 0, two hops. First hop with frequency F1, second hop with frequency F6, we are transmitting only one symbol. Similarly, second and third and fourth hop, 0, 1, 1 frequency F3, 0, 0, 1 frequency F1, we are transmitting the second symbol, that is 1, 1, etc. So look at this diagram now, like similar to the previous case, x-axis time and y-axis frequency. Here you can see, here to here is one hop, correct? And sorry, here to here is one hop. So from here to here, two hops, correct? Which are those two hops? One hop with frequency F1, second hop with frequency F6. So in the first hop with frequency F1, which symbol is transmitted? 0, 1. Second hop with frequency F6, 1, 1, 0, it's here. The same symbol is transmitted, 0, 1, in two hops, F1 hop and F6. And where to place this? Again, this is divided into 4, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Similarly, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. So among the 4, second one will be occupied because it is 0, 1. Similarly, in the third and fourth hops, we are trying to transmit symbol 1, 1. Symbol 1, 1 means corresponds to fourth subcarrier, correct? 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, fourth subcarrier. So where is that? You can see one is here, other is here. 1, 1, this also 1, 1. What are the frequency values in two different hops now? 0, 1, 1 is 1, that is F3, and 0, 0, 1, that is once again back to F1, etc. Okay, so this is an example of fast frequency hopping. And here, along with this, we have also showed the D-hop spectrum is also shown. What is D-hop spectrum? We'll be merging all these, like F1 to F8 hoppings into only one band, which has only 4 frequencies. Why 4 here? This corresponds to 4 array FSK. So this is the result of D-hopping. That means at this point, At this point, I'm looking at the receiver. At this point, we'll get this. Similarly, this is the D-hopped spectrum in case of fast frequency hopping. Now, we need to understand an important parameter, chip rate and processing gain in case of frequency hopped MFSK. So chip rate, it is the individual frequency of smallest duration, or RC is equal to, that is chip rate is equal to maximum of RS and RH. So what is this chip rate? How it is, what exactly is chip rate in case of slow frequency hopping and fast frequency hopping? We'll see that. And this I have already discussed, the processing gain. So I'm just quickly revising the two types of frequency hopped spectrum techniques. Slow frequency hopping, hop rate is very slow. That means several symbols are transmitted in every hop. In the example that we saw, we were transmitting 2 symbols in one hop. Symbol rate RS is n times the hop rate, correct? Because hop time is here. Hop time is n times ts. So naturally, when we talk about rate, symbol rate is n times hop rate. And what is chip rate? Here I said chip rate is maximum of RS and RH. In case of slow frequency hopping, symbol rate is larger than hop rate, so chip rate is RS. Similarly, fast frequency hopping, hop rate is fast, carrier frequency hops several times within a symbol. So within a symbol, here carrier frequency has taken how many hops? 2 hops. That means one symbol is transmitted in 2 hops in this example. And hop rate is n times symbol rate. What was n in the example that we took? It was equal to 2. And chip rate is RH. Why? Because in case of fast frequency hopping, maximum of RS, RH turns out to be RH. So just a quick comparison of slow versus fast, which I discussed already. You can take a look at this. And another important point to mention here, in case of direct sequence spread spectrum, we saw that the spectrum is spread at every time instant in the same way. That means it is instantaneous spreading. But in this case, like as we saw here, in this time interval, it has occupied this and it has occupied this frequency band. In the next time interval, it has occupied some other frequency band. So this is basically the spreading, this y-axis. It spreads, correct? So here in frequency hopped spectrum, as the bandwidth increases step by step, which is decided by the frequency synthesizer, that is in turn the PN sequence generator, we say that the bandwidth is spread sequentially.